Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video we're taking a look at the Tomofree A11 scooter, which is a really powerful scooter that has some really great features. We're talking about an 800 watt motor with a 30-mile range, 25 to 28 miles per hour with a 250 pound weight capacity. It also has stainless steel frame, also has a dual disc brake system, right? That is going to make sure that when you need to stop, it stops. 10-inch air-filled tires, but they're puncture resistant, so that's also nice. Carbon steel shock spring that gives this thing a really nice smooth ride. Is 57 pounds and then has an IPX5 rating. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. All right, so now we're taking a look at the Tomofree A11 foldable scooter. This is an 800 watt, 15 amp hour scooter, right? So 15 amp hour battery, 30-mile range, and has some really great features. Again, awesome RGB going on the side as soon as you turn on the lights. You notice that the light here is on the side. My unit, when it was shipped out, the fender was broken, so I don't have it mounted. I'm waiting for the fender to come in, but it has a really powerful LED that's facing forward, and it does have a front fender that mine doesn't have at this time. It has fast folding like most scooters do. It also has a top speed of 25 miles per hour, load capacity of 250, and it has a stainless steel frame, right? Dual disc brakes, right? And also it has a carbon, check this out, has a carbon steel shock spring underneath. You won't see it because it's right here at the very bottom. So this is going to give you a great ride. And I was really surprised because it has a fantastic ride. Now, it's around 57 pounds. And the cool thing also about this scooter, outside of the fact that it has these fantastic RGBs, is that the tires themselves are all-terrain, and they're also very puncture resistant, right? So while they're air-based, they're going to give you a great ride, they also have a certain degree of puncture resistance. They do have an IPX rating, right? Which is IPX5. And the other thing that you'll find is that it has one of the longest steering columns that I've seen. So if you're tall and you're looking for a scooter that's going to be able to support your frame, like we're talking 6 feet or more tall, this is going to work for you, because the steering column is high. When you see me in the ride experience, my arms are kind of like bent because the steering column is so high. So this is going to be a great scooter for tall people. Now, the first thing that you'll notice in the scooter is that the scooter does have dual braking systems, front and back, and it does have a rear marker that is currently on because of the light being on. Cable management on the scooter is also really, really nice. You can see how everything goes in, and this is how tall the scooter is. Again, one of the tallest steering columns that I've seen in the scooter in a very long time. Now we'll pan over here just for a second so that you can appreciate this scooter. It has a really nice rubberized bed, not a sand, not something that's gripped like sandpaper, but actually a rubberized bed. And then in the back, you can see, once again, the LED and the kickstand. Now, the other thing I really appreciate about this one that you'll see here is that it has palm rest, which is really nice. So as you're holding this, your palms kind of rest right here, and it reduces fatigue. But really, really, really nice and clean cable management all the way around. Now this is going to give you a sense of how tall this scooter is, because again, very, very tall steering column. You have a latch here that's used when folded, but this is also great for carrying groceries. You have your, again, LED, what you can turn on and off, right? You have your horn. I love an electric horn. And then on this side right here, you'll notice that you have your kind of instrument panel here. It is a thumb throttle. But what I, again, love about this is going to be these palm rests, because as you're holding it right here, this is where your hands are going to rest, and then you have the brakes. For me, I found that and this is easy to adjust. I would probably adjust these a little bit further up. I like gripping my brake like this, but the way this is set up, it's like this, right? So it's taking it like this versus like this. But that's easy to adjust. You just loosen the screw and you can move this up a little bit. Outside of that, that would be the only complaint that I have about the scooter. Now, folding the scooter is a pretty straightforward exercise. As soon as you release the clamp, you just fold it back just like this. Remember, you do have that hook that locks into that little bottom area there. And then once you're done, all you do is you lift it back up, and you'll hear the locking mechanism kicks into place, and then you would just lock it. There is a little locking latch right here in the front that we're locking in. And then once you have that locked in, just like that, and it requires a little force, you're set to go. All right, guys, so this is the second scooter that we're looking at Tomofree, and this is the Tomofree A11.
Now, one of the things that stands out about this scooter for me immediately is how tall the steering column is. Look at how tall this is. So this is going to support really, really tall riders, because notice how my arms are in an angle here. Really, again, the height is crazy. And oh my God, I was in cruise control there for a second and going really fast. This thing also has great tires. We're talking about 10-inch pneumatic tires with puncture-resistant technology. It has great front and rear disc brakes, and 30-mile range, right? You can expect up to 30 miles, and speed is going to be anywhere from 25 to 30. It really depends on conditions, and then it also depends on your weight. IPX5 rating, which is really nice, and it has a great bed. I'm just like, finding my purchase is really, just feels really good. Standout things for me is, again, the suspension, tires. I'm kind of a little weirded out at the height of this column. It just feels different. I'm used to scooters that have a lower column, and because they have a lower column, the turning center of gravity is a little bit different. So with this one, I noticed, because I am not that tall, that when I turn, because the steering column is so high, I kind of feel that wobble. So this is going to be really great for someone who is anywhere between 5'7" and over 6 feet easy. In my case, I'm 5'7", 5'6", 5'7", just almost there. I wish I was taller, but I'm not. But what I could say is that the steering column, you get used to it, right? You get used to having this height, for sure. Now, this scooter does have an 800-watt motor, and you can feel it. Like, just with both of these scooters that we're reviewing today, I find that when you press the throttle and want to go, these things go. And they go fast. It goes like really fast. So that's one thing to be mindful about. It does have a thumb trigger throttle on the right. And it does have your controls, your LED, and your LED is really easy to read as well. Now, as we get here onto the street, what we're going to do is we're going to see what top speeds look like. I'm throttling all the way, and we have a couple of modes on this. I think it has about 3 modes that we turned on, so this would be the fastest mode, and we'll see how fast we can pick up. We may go, right now, clocking 20, 21, 22, 22, and it looks like it's 22, 23. We're going to check this speed on a speed cam coming up just to see if we're around that area. All in all, it also has a horn, and it also has lights as well. It's quiet, super duper quiet, and it does have a suspension system. Now, one other thing I'll highlight about the scooter that I like, and I think it's very unique, but because this has such a wide handlebar, it feels very bike-like. And what it has on each side are these rest grips for your palm. So they're palm support, which makes it very comfortable if you're doing long distance rides. And one thing that I didn't see advertised, but the scooter definitely has, is cruise control. So right now my finger's off of the thumb, not my finger off the thumb. My thumb is off the throttle, and this thing is moving. Now, as I mentioned before, I was testing out the other scooter just a couple seconds ago, and I found that the actual braking system was a little bit more generous. It was soft, but it wasn't sudden. This one, on the other hand, no adjustment needed. You hit the brakes, this thing will stop. This thing will stop, and it will stop firm. So what we're going to do now is we're going to confirm, what this speed looks like, and we'll be in cruise control, I'm sure, by the time we get there. The one thing about the cruise control on this scooter is that I'm not hearing the beep typically that you see with scooters. So like right now it's in cruise control. Cruise control at 20, going 21, it's because I was full throttle. 22 is what it's marking. We'll see. It's a little windy in Chicago, and it's a good day today, right? So it's in the 50s. So we're lucky to have this weather right now in November, right before Thanksgiving. 22, 23, and what we're going to do is see what we clock at. What do we clock at? We are clocking at 20. So it reads 22 on the speedometer, 20 on the speed cam, and we're about just 2 miles per hour off. Now, while this bike does not have the type of suspension system, or not scooter, bike, scooter, doesn't have the suspension system that we saw of the sister scooter. This definitely has great suspension. It has, again, a nice shock right underneath the bed that is giving me really nice. And here I am bouncing, and it just feels really, really nice. Now, the frame on this scooter is an aluminum frame. It does give you some really nice experiences when it comes to overall durability. It has also just an uber quiet ride. You don't hear anything rattling, nothing moving on this. Even the motors, once you're pushing this, and again, 800 watts, I don't really hear kind of like that power buzz that sometimes you'll hear. It's just really quiet. That's a plus. Oh, and don't forget, this scooter is foldable, just like its sister scooter, with the seat and the awesome suspension. Oh, by the way, both of these scooters have an incredible lighting system on the bed. Really love the treatment, love the way things look. Just hot.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.